Just great hires by President Trump. Absolutely spectacular hires. I want to get to some Tulsi clips here before we're back with Kash Patel, but one thing my producers continue to flag to me is this clip where CNN's Caitlin Collins, who's taken the place of Jim Acosta, who's just fired or quit, depending on which version of the story that you wish to believe. Either way, he's gone at CNN. Now he's starting a Substack. I'm sure that's going to be really successful, Jim. Good luck! Caitlin Collins asking a snipey, nasty question to President Trump and getting a perfect response here from the president.
We don't yet know the names of the 67 people who were killed, and you are blaming Democrats and DEI policies and air traffic control and seemingly the member of the U.S. military who was flying that Black Hawk helicopter. Don't you think you're getting ahead of the investigation right now?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think with the names of the people, you mean the names of the people that are on the plane, you think that's going to make a difference? They are a group of people that have lost their lives. If you want a list of the names, we can give you that. We'll be giving that very soon. We're in coordination with American Airlines. We're in coordination very strongly, obviously, with the military. But I think that's not a very smart question. I'm surprised coming from you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump, not a very smart question. I'm not surprised coming from you. Before we move on to this topic, just give you one final clip here, a short one from J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, with the whole of government approach here. It's remarkable to see the president. Think about what we've just come through. Think about what we've just lived through. You actually get to see the president and the vice president speaking together in an emergency with the Secretary of Defense. The Transportation Secretary is there. I'm not sure, guys. Homeland Security Secretary there. I don't know, but she was tweeting last night. Her name's Kristi Noem. This is an unbelievable whole of government approach. The response has been neck snapping and quick and good, and you're able to see fixes and facts.
Breakneck speed, and we are trying everything to find out exactly who everybody was. What is she even questioning?
The best people, the smartest people, the best jobs. And then I want to get to some Tulsi clips. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership. I just want to reemphasize something the President said, and you've heard from the Secretary of Transportation and of Defense. There really was a whole of government response. We were all on the phone. We were all communicating yesterday, trying to get to the bottom of this immediately, but also try to communicate with the American people about what happened. Something the president said that I think bears re-emphasizing, which is that when you don't have the best standards in who you're hiring, it means on the one hand, you're not getting the best people in government, but on the other hand, it puts stresses on the people who are already there. And I think that is a core part of what President Trump is going to bring and has already brought to Washington, D.C. is we want to hire the best people because we want the best people at air traffic control, and we want to make sure we have enough people at air traffic control who are actually competent to do the job. If you go back to just some of the headlines over the past 10 years, you have many hundreds of people suing the government because they would like to be air traffic controllers, but they were turned away because of the color of their skin. That policy ends under Donald Trump's leadership because safety is the first priority of our aviation industry. Thank you, Mr. President.
Absolutely on fire. Kash has been on fire. There you have J.D. Vance on fire. Sean Duffy on fire. Pete Hegseth on fire. Donald
against
Trump
white people.
Locked in.
And now,
Tulsi Gabbard, ladies and gentlemen, also locked in.
They're going to blame us for it when we just got here and we're going to stop it all.
And we're sad that we're not able to zoom in on Tulsi's hearing. But here are some of the highlights. And it just sucks. We've told you a long time ago, we're going to go with Kash on this one. This, ladies and gentlemen, the best clip yet. I'll show you what a puppet is from the great Tulsi Gabbard.
The fact is, what truly unsettles my political opponents is I refuse to be their puppet. I have no love for Assad or Gaddafi or any dictator. I just hate Al-Qaeda. I hate that we have leaders who cozy up to Islamist extremists, minimizing them to so-called rebels. As Jake Sullivan said to Hillary Clinton, quote, Al-Qaeda is on our side in Syria. Well, Syria is now controlled by an Al-Qaeda offshoot, HTS, led by an Islamist jihadist who danced in the streets on 9/11 and who was responsible for the killing of many American service members. Democrat senators in the past resorted to anti-Christian bigotry against some of President Trump's judicial nominees like Amy Coney Barrett and Brian Boucher. I condemn those actions as a Democrat in Congress at the time, as religious bigotry must be thoroughly condemned by all of us, no matter the religion. Unfortunately, there are some Democrat senators who still don't understand the principle of freedom of religion and Article 6 of the Constitution. Quote, no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. Unfortunately, they're once again using the religious bigotry card, but this time trying to foment religious bigotry against Hindus and Hinduism. If anyone is sincerely interested in knowing more about my own personal spiritual path of Hinduism, I welcome you to go to my account on X, where I'll share more on this topic. If confirmed as Director of National Intelligence, I will continue to live by the oath that I have sworn at least 8 times in my life, both in uniform and as a member of Congress. I will support and defend our God-given freedoms enshrined in the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to your question.
Tulsi is a complete and total vibe. So proud of her. She's also a friend and ally of the program. She's absolutely crushing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are
She
not
has
back
always
yet
been
live
awesome.
with Cash, but I want to.
If I had to have
Tulsi Gabbard
voted for a
versus
Democrat
Hillary Clinton.
when she was one, I
this
would have,
is a good
because I
one.
liked her.
This is the best topic for Tulsi Gabbard. Nobody has been more
But-
viciously attacked by Hillary Clinton than Tulsi.
She was a dino.
Ask yourself why.
And then she jumped ship.
You'll get to the right answer as to why Tulsi is the perfect person for the job of Director of National Intelligence. Let's go.
Here are just a few other examples. The American people elected Donald Trump as their president not once but twice, and yet the FBI and intelligence agencies were politicized by his opponents to undermine his presidency and falsely portray him as a puppet of Putin. Title I of FISA was used illegally to obtain a warrant to spy on Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, using a Clinton campaign-funded false dossier as their so-called evidence. Biden campaign advisor Tony Blinken was the impetus for the 51 former senior intelligence officials' letter dismissing Hunter Biden's laptop as disinformation, specifically to help Biden win the election. Former DNI James Clapper lied to this committee in 2013, denying the existence of programs that facilitated the mass collection of millions of Americans' phone and internet records, yet was never held accountable. Under John Brennan's leadership, the CIA abused its power to spy on Congress, to dodge oversight, lied about doing it until he was caught, and yet has never been held responsible. Under Biden, the FBI abused its power for political reasons to try to surveil Catholics who attend traditional Latin Mass, labeling them as quote-unquote radical traditionalist Catholics. Personally, just 24 hours after I criticized Kamala Harris and her nomination, I was placed on a secret domestic terror watch list called Quiet Skies. Sadly, there are more examples. The bottom line is this must end.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is so wonderful and refreshing and exciting for us, actually. We got a tingle watching
down our
those
leg?
who
A
come on
tingle
this
down our
program,
leg?
who have stated their vision and their belief and outlined it live on this show.
Oh, remember
to
who
us,
said that?
who respect this audience, who respect this
Was
movement,
that Mitch
respect what we're
McConnell,
building,
or
to
was
watch
that
them be put in such high positions of
somebody
honor.
else?
We're so proud of this moment, frankly. Cash Patel at FBI and Tulsi Gabbard,
Love
Director
Cash
of National
Patel.
Intelligence. Both are doing incredible today. Both are doing incredible today, and we wish to show zero favoritism. We just simply are so fixated on the FBI and its torturous routine against the American people. We are going to take the Cash hearing, and the Cash hearing will be live back in seconds. If you do tune into our program, and if you have been a longtime listener, then you certainly have seen Cash and Tulsi dozens of times on the show, at least. We haven't really tallied.